start, I'm here in beautiful British Columbia at Emerald Health Therapeutics headquarters, sitting down with Head of IR and Communications, Bernie Hertel. Bernie, thanks for having us in.
Evan, it's great to be here. Thanks a lot for your time and appreciate the opportunity.
Excellent, thank you. So I guess starting off, Emerald Health Therapeutics trades on the TSX, ticker EMH, but it's part of a larger portfolio underneath Emerald Health Sciences. For any investors who just aren't familiar with the story, or to just maybe clarify exactly how it fits into the broader portfolio.
So Emerald Health Sciences is a private company.
Yeah.
Think of it as not as a fund, but as a development company that was created by Dr. Avatar Dhillon.
Okay.
It's extensively encompassing individuals with life sciences expertise, and
Sure.
that's how
Okay.
we sort of look at the cannabis plant, is through that lens. So it owns about 27-28% of Emerald Health Therapeutics,
Okay.
and has other operating companies in which it owns a stake. Some of them are biotech companies, for
Okay.
example, Emerald Bioscience, which is actually on the cutting edge of science, focusing on applying cannabinoids to glaucoma.
Right.
And it's trading as EMBI on the OTC. So there's different companies taking different approaches.
Right, but I mean, I guess you guys, we were talking before and you said there's certain patents out. So it sounds like you guys have like an extensive background on the life sciences side, the medical background, and you guys are trying to leverage that with your Emerald Health products, especially under therapeutics. I believe you guys have, you said there's a trademark, not a trademark, but a SANG defined dose.
It is trademarked.
Yeah, oh, is it trademarked?
Yeah,
So you have a
dose.
trademark?
We also trademark take control.
Okay.
And there's a premise there, which is, we look at what are people looking for, and of course, absolutely fine. I mean, people can use the product recreationally, or they might be aiming to use it medicinally. We know that there's a very substantial interest in CBD these days. But either way, if we were out having a beer afterwards, you would know that that beer probably has 5% alcohol,
5%,
or maybe you're a lightweight and you're just drinking Budweiser, or you're going for the high octane IPA, but you know that it's probably consistent. And so even on the recreational side, there would be a benefit to having products that provide consistent, predictable amounts of the contents of the plant.
Yeah,
and that's one of the things that we ultimately are aiming for.
That's excellent. And yeah, obviously medical is even more important than rec, but in general it's so important, especially with these substances. And I guess let's change gears, maybe look at the numbers a little bit. Obviously Pure SunFarms is your JV with Village Farms. Do you want to talk a little bit about some of the early successes you're seeing there? I know we were talking before, you're providing some of the context around the numbers, and it sounded phenomenal.
We're very excited about the results, the performance of Pure SunFarms. It was our first key major step after the Canadian government announced its legislative plans in April 2017, and we did this deal with one of the largest greenhouse growers of vegetables in North America, Village Farms. So they bring the large-scale plant growing expertise. We had the cannabis expertise. It's been an interesting combination to dramatically expand the growing area, the magnitude of growing of the plant. And so in a 1.1 million square foot facility that has the potential to grow 75,000 kilograms, we basically saw very little revenue in the third quarter of last year. In the first quarter, they hit 14.4 million, and in the second quarter, 32.5.
And you guys get 50% of that.
We own 50% of it, so we don't literally receive it in terms of the cash, or we don't recognize the revenue with our revenue because we don't consolidate their financials. But we recognize 14.5 million of net profit, our 50%, in our financials in the second quarter.
And it's important because I mean I don't think people even have a close to an understanding on the Pure SunFarms thing. It's, you said 78% gross margin, 68% EBITDA margin?
Higher. So
okay.
84% gross margin,
Even I'm getting
78% EBITDA margin.
Right.
And that's a result of a lot of thought going into the initial design and the systems, and then just the ongoing management.
No, that's phenomenal. I mean, you don't even see those kinds of numbers in the cannabis space right now. And obviously you guys are going to try and leverage some of that experience or knowledge you have in the JV with some of your own cultivation capabilities that are either coming online. Do you want to give investors a little bit of an overview of what's to come?
So we have our other facilities across Canada. We have our other facility, greenhouse facility in the Metro Vancouver area, which is an organic facility.
Okay.
It's 2 greenhouses that are 78,000 square feet each, And the prospect is that those will be able to grow about 10,000 kilograms indoors.
Yeah.
And then we also have 12 acres outside.
Wow, okay.
We just received our license this year and had our first crop. A lot of that is experimental in the
Sure.
sense that you're trying different strains.
Better
and
to
you're
get it
looking-
right.
And you're looking at the processes and so on. And that could potentially be, in a good season with multiple harvests, you could potentially have 10,000 kilograms there
Wow.
as well.
Okay.
That won't, that may or may not get down to the 65 cents a gram that
Yeah.
Pure SunFarms just achieved
Sure.
in their greenhouse in the second quarter. But ultimately, organic is commanding a premium in the marketplace. So
it has its niche. And,
exactly.
Absolutely.
then in Quebec, at Verdelite, an 88,000 square foot facility, which we expect to be able to grow over 5,000 kilograms a year.
Right.
And that is going to be growing more premium quality.
Indoor, yeah.
It's an indoor facility. And both of those facilities, we're just waiting for a next key step. So these would be significant catalysts for us from our point of view. We're waiting for amendments from Health Canada
Right.
on our cultivation licenses
Okay.
for both of those that will allow us to fill out the one greenhouse, the first
Yeah.
greenhouse in Metro Vancouver, and complete our cultivation area in Quebec. So
Excellent.
those are key turning points for us.
And you believe you're talking like that's almost a matter of weeks at this point. I mean, I know you don't want to say exactly, but they're submitted, and Health Canada generally is on a week's
based
basis.
on our experience and the timing of when we've submitted and so on, we think that it could be in the very near future.
Excellent. And so, just a couple last questions, and be respectful of your time here. You guys obviously brought in some new firepower on the C-suite team.
Yes.
Do you want to talk a little bit about why you guys brought them on, made those changes, and what value you see them bringing to the team?
Mm-hmm. So we didn't have anyone with the title of CEO for a while.
Okay.
After Dillon, who is the executive chairman, does have the title of president and has been the president for a period of time. But we brought in Riaz Bandali
Yeah.
because he is also from the world of life sciences, from a different side of the fence. He's from the world of the operations that run clinical studies, and
Okay.
he's very expert in that. But he's also been working in an operating company,
Okay.
most recently managing over 900 people.
Okay. So
And he's strategic, but he's also bottom line oriented. And we're in a competitive world,
Yeah.
and we want to make sure that we're doing the right things on the product development front. We have a vision and ideas for where we want to go.
Yeah.
Not necessarily all fully defined, but this is the great opportunity of cannabis. Is
It's a
science
brand new
has never
market.
been applied.
Yeah. No.
And so there is an opportunity. It won't happen overnight,
No.
but there's an opportunity to apply the processes, the knowledge, the standards
Yeah.
of the life sciences industry in a way that allows you to start creating products that are differentiated, value-added products that may provide additional benefits from a medicinal wellness benefit. But you have to pay attention to the bottom line as well.
Absolutely.
And so that's what Riaz brings to the table.
Absolutely, yeah. You see a lot of people who've not been able to focus on that bottom line, and they're being punished a little bit for that. So bringing in someone who can fit with the life sciences background, but also maintain that, reach that profitability.
Yeah.
That's so key. So I guess final question, just being what kind of catalysts do you see on the horizon for Emerald Health Therapeutics?
So we, one of the other partnerships that we had established was with a group called the Factors Group, which is
Okay.
the largest natural health products company in Canada.
Okay.
They have substantial market share. A lot of that is because they're a big private labeler in Canada. And we did a partnership with them because they have one of the single largest extraction and
Facilities.
soft gel facilities in Canada. And we have, one of our other projects was to secure the harvest from hemp
Yeah.
last year, which we stored, and then this year we're harvesting, and we'll be harvesting. And it's a large volume of material, so
Yeah.
where do you process that? And the Factors group gives us that opportunity. So we're also waiting for them to be able to get their license for that facility. And then we're waiting for the amendments for our Metro Vancouver facility and our Quebec facility. So those will allow us to move forward on scaling up our planting, our production, and start to see a scale up in revenue. And we're in a mode where we're definitely keeping costs contained,
Yeah.
and looking to see the growth on the top line and growth in our margin,
Yeah.
so that we will be profitable at some point next
2020.
year.
Excellent.
And so that's what's unfolding. And then ultimately on the product development front, we're still keeping that under wraps, and it's still a broader opportunity where
Yeah.
you're looking for the right angles and the right timing
sure.
and so on. But that will be the other key. those will be the other key steps that will be emerging for us.
Excellent. It sounds like there's a lot of great things on the horizon. Appreciate you taking the time to chat today. Thank you
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.